Alright, so welcome back for video 2 of my 2-video collection so far. So tonight we're here with a new one, the Little Nitro Challenge, the world's hottest gummy bear. It's made by Flamethrower Candy Company out of St. Louis, Missouri. It says, consume at your own risk, intended for adults only, should be kept out of reach of children and pets, not to be consumed by those with any heart or respiratory conditions. The product is extremely spicy and has the potential to cause skin and or mouth irritation. My first question is, who the hell comes up with the idea of making a nuclear powered gummy bear? You got to be kind of off, but it is what it is. This one won't take nearly as long. There aren't as many rules. Apparently I've got to chew this thing or keep it in my mouth for a minute and then basically just endure whatever heat is to come. So this isn't going to be nearly as long and drawn out as the Death Nut challenge was. That thing was like a half-an-hour video and 90 seconds between. This is just put the thing in your mouth for a minute, see what happens, and let it burn off. This is 9 million Scoville units, so compared to the Death Nuts, the final Death Nut was 13 million, so this is less. At the same time, this one worries me a little bit because I think this one is just going to be intense right from the start. The Death Nut, it took a while for all the different levels of heat to build up, but this one I think is just going to be kind of on fire from the beginning. I do have a cup with me, just like last time. This is most just for spitting. I don't have any milk or anything like that because, again, there isn't supposed to be any rinse out or anything. It's just endure it until you can. So, again, probably gonna hurt. Not gonna be a great thing, but we'll see what we can do. All right. Opening the package, you can see. I mean, there's literally one gummy bear in here, and it's regular size. It's not any bigger than any other gummy bear. Let's see. Probably can only smell it if I actually open the damn thing. Oh, yeah, that definitely has a smell to it. Again, the way they did this apparently was it's a regular size gummy bear, but I guess the whole thing is filled with this extract that's just stupid hot. It's a little gummy bear, a little red guy. He looks like he's holding something. A lot of people think it's like a stick of dynamite, which would make sense. Oh yeah, that doesn't smell good. I've seen mixed reviews on this one about how it tastes, but whatever. I suppose there's no sense narrating the whole thing. Let's just see what happens. Probably more sweat, more spit, all that. Similar to Death Nut, but here we go. Let's see what we can do. Put it in the mouth for a minute and let the hilarity ensue. And here we go. I'm just kind of swishing it around. Holy hell, that's hot already. Oh my god. This thing tastes terrible. It's a gummy bear that tastes like pepper. That's not cool. Yeah, this is hot. This is really hot already. I'm at about 30 seconds. Really rubbery. But yeah, this is the taste of this thing. The peanuts tasted good. This thing is kind of gross. So I'm just kind of swishing it back and forth. But I'll chew it kind of as I get to the minute here. I'm going to put it down and see where it goes. But yeah, this is already really freaking hot. Man, it doesn't taste good though. Alright. My minute just expired. So I'm going to actually chew it and get rid of it now. Oh, it's rubbery. It's like eating plastic. Very hot plastic. Oh man, it's worse now that I bit into it. Okay, almost ready. Ugh. Alright, it's down. Clear my timer here. Yeah, that doesn't taste good at all. So, for me, I only like spicy things if they taste good. That didn't cut it, that was gross. But I swallowed it. The heat is definitely stinging my tongue, the back of my throat. A lot of saliva happening here, so the spit cup will come into play pretty quick here. We'll see how much it builds. Ooh. Got my cat in the background making noise. Ooh. Yeah, it's an extract burn. I mean, my tongue is tingling. Back of the throat. Just like last time. Similar to the Death Nuts. Yes, kidding. Got my cat at my feet. Eyes are watering a little bit. Ah. We're going to start spitting out here. Yeah. Not a lot of sweat yet. Some people commented in the last video like the shininess of my head. Too bad, is what it is. Ugh. It's too bad they couldn't have made it taste good. A nice cinnamon flavor, something like that would have been good. My students wanted me to do this in class. I'm glad I didn't. It would have been tough to fully concentrate on what I was doing. Don't know how long this one will last, but ooh, that is hot though. That's really hot. Unlike the last one, the Death Nut I liked a little better only because there was an end in sight. This, I'm supposed to just sit here and tolerate it and see what happens. But last time I had milk standing by and all that kind of stuff. So, that is hot though. Yike. I need a shave. Yeah, do that later. So some people who do this, they talk about things like ears ringing, big endorphin rush. I haven't had that. I didn't have that with the Death Nuts either. It's just really hot. Ugh. All that in candy. And again, I mean, Flamethrower Candy Company. Who thinks of making really spicy candy? But I guess they've done their job because I plucked down like $9 for the thing. I bought some ghost pepper popcorn that the website I got it from. It's not from Flamethrower, but it's just another website made. That was actually pretty good. Even my son enjoyed that a little bit. Wouldn't be something I'd want to eat all the time, but it was tasty. It was good stuff. Compared to the Death Nuts, this already, it's not nearly as bad, at least as far as I remember. I'm still salivating a lot. I got a little bit of eye watering going on. No sweat, so anything you're seeing on my head, that's just the light shining in. Again, my mouth is burning, but compared to the Death Nut, especially the last one, that 13 million deal, this isn't nearly as intense as I remember that being. I mean, that was just insane. It just hurt a lot. This isn't nearly as bad. Still hot though. I mean, this might be a nice step down if you weren't wanting to take on the Death Nut. This might be a little better starting point for you for something like this, because it's still really, really spicy. I mean, it's not like it's mild by any means. It's just it's not as over the top as that one was, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah. Again, as I sit here, I'm guessing the worst is behind me. One thing I will tell you, I guess I should have mentioned because it wasn't on video last time. when it comes to these challenges, the thing you really got to watch out for the longer you go is the half an hour or so after the death nut was way worse than actually eating it. Now, part of that might have been because I ate that on mostly an empty stomach, but when something this spicy gets down and starts moving through your system, you can feel the heat move down through the chest, down through the trachea, and then when it eventually gets to your stomach and starts moving, that was bad. I mean, I actually felt like I was going to be sick about a half an hour to 45 minutes after the death nuts, because it felt like someone was holding a blowtorch to my midsection. I mean, it was that bad. Now, in that instance, I was able to get through it, and once I ate supper that night and had some other food in there, so it wasn't the only thing sitting down there in my system, things got way better, and I was fine after that. But, I mean, there definitely was... Some people think of the whole thing of, going to the bathroom and that whole gross thing. For me, there was none of that. There was no issue there. Again, it was such a small... The peanuts are, even if you ate them all at once, they're such a small amount of everything that there wasn't a big issue there. But again, as it moved down my system, it was really, really painful. So if you're going to try something like this, just be aware of the fact that just because you get through the initial consumption of it, just because you get it down and all that, doesn't mean you're out of the woods necessarily just yet. And again, maybe if I had eaten a bigger meal last time before that and had my stomach coated a little bit, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But again, that was far worse than eating the peanuts themselves. When someone asked me about eating them, I had said I could do the 5 levels again and eat them and get through that as hard as it was, but I definitely would not want to sign up for how much discomfort I was in as that transitioned through my system, because like I said, it was really, really uncomfortable, but I did get through it, thankfully. All right. So again, as I sit here, the worst of the burn's definitely over. It's mostly gone. I've got a little bit of tingle still in the tongue and the back of the throat, and I think it's still making me salivate a little bit, but nothing terrible. Definitely not as hot as the death nuts. After I'm done with this, because again, I feel like I've successfully topped the challenge at this point. I haven't had to drink any milk or rinse out. With the death nuts, like I said, I was rinsing out with milk I went through a whole cup of it, and it took everything within me to do that. So this isn't nearly as bad, but it was still spicy. I mean, there's no question. But I'll probably go upstairs, drink a little bit of milk just to get a little coating in my stomach, hopefully avoid that discomfort that might come a little later. But I had supper earlier, so I don't think it'll be that big a deal. With that, I'll start wrapping up. I think I've said what I needed to say. So again, this was Little Nitro, chewing it for a minute, swallowing it, and then just kind of waiting it out. So my timer right now is at about 13:20. Obviously, I didn't start eating right away. So within 10 minutes, I'm already feeling a lot better. The death nut lasted a lot longer than that. It was probably a good 20 minutes to a half an hour before that fully went away. Whereas here, I mean, again, I'm getting a little my nose is running a little bit, but that's not a big deal. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure I'll have another video somewhere along the line. Somebody's going to create something else stupid hot, and I'm going to be dumb enough to try it and entertain you by letting you watch. Sorry. So feel free to comment. Hope you enjoyed it and had a good time. Catch you next time.